Hello children, today we are going to learn the 5th standard NCERT Lesson 1 Super Senses in EVS. So super senses and we will learn one by one all the chapters from the EVS textbook. The next chapter is a snake charmer story from testing and digesting mangoes round the ear. Seeds and seeds, every drop counts. Experiment with water, a treat for mosquitoes. Up you go. Walls tell stories. Sunita in space. What if it finishes? A shelter so high. Then we will discuss further when the earth shook. Blow hot, blow cold. Who will do this work? Across the wall, no place for us. A seed tells a farmer's story. Whose forests, like father, like daughter, no on the move again. So all these lessons we will discuss in this series. So today we are going to start the series from the first lesson, that is super senses. Let us begin the lesson super senses. This is a beautiful lesson about the senses of our body. Let us start. Has this ever happened to you? You were eating in the playground. An eagle flew down and took away your roti. As you walked softly past a sleeping dog, its ear shot up at once. You dropped something sweet on the ground and within minutes many ants collected around it. What does it happen? Think and tell. Animals also have different senses. They can see, hear, taste, smell and feel. Some animals can see their prey from far away. Some can hear even the faintest sound. Some animals can find their friends by their smell. The animal world is full of examples of amazing senses. So children, how did the ant recognize a friend? An ant was going along on the ground. It saw a group of ants coming from the other side. The first ant quickly came back to its hole. The ant guarding the hole recognized it and let it in. Think and tell. How did the ant know that the other ants were not from its group? How did the guard ant recognize this ant? Now try this and write. Drop some sugar, jaggery or anything sweet on the ground. Wait until the ants come here. How long did it take for the ants to come? You have to mention all these queries and all these questions regarding to this topic. If you will do this activity, just follow the activity and write down the points. And second point, did one ant come first or a group of ants come together? What did the ants do with the food? And where do they go from there? Do they move in a line? So, children, share your experience with your teacher, or you can write your experience in the comment box. Many years ago, a scientist did many experiments like this. He found out that as the ants move, they leave a smell on the ground. The other ants follow the smell to find the way. Now, can you guess why the ants behave like that when you block their path? Some male insects can recognize their females by their smell. Have you ever been troubled by mosquitoes? Just think, how do they know where you are? Mosquitoes can find you by the smell of your body. They also find you by the smell of the sole of your feet and the heat of your body. See if you will talk about the silkworm. I am a silkworm. I can find my female worm from many kilometers away by her smell. Have you seen a dog sniffing here and there? What do you think it is trying to smell? Dogs mark out their own area on the road. They can make out if another dog has come into their area by the smell of its urine or potty. Now, in what ways do human beings make use of these special senses of smell of dogs? When do you find your sense of smell helpful to you? List some example like to know by its smell that food has gone bad or that something is burning. Name the animals that you would be able to recognize only by their smell without seeing them. And write the names of 5 things whose smell you like and 5 things whose smell you do not like. Do you and your friends have similar answers? Just do this activity and write your show your options in comment box or to your teacher. Now, when a bird focuses both eyes on an object, it can estimate the distance. When its eyes focuses on two different things, it increases its range of vision. Children will understand this better once they start observing the location of eyes in different birds while seeing with one eye and then with two eyes. Children will understand how with two eyes the span of vision increases. Now, toss a small ball or a coin and try to catch it. Try this with both eyes your both eyes open, then close one eye and then try to catch it. When was it easier to catch? Imagine how it would be have your eyes in place of your ears. Can you see in this picture? Is it funny? Yes, what would be able to do then, which you cannot do now? Some birds like kites, eagle, vultures can see 4 times as far as we can. These birds can see things from a distance of 8 meters. What we can see from distance of 2 meters. Now, can you guess from what distance can an eagle in the sky can see a roti on the ground? Do animals see colors? Animals cannot see as many colors as we can. See how things in these pictures will be seen by some animals. It is believed that animals that are awake in the daytime can see some colors. Those animals that are awake at night can see things only in black and white colors. Now children, sharp ear. In class 4 you read that we cannot easily see birds' ears. Their ears are small holes covered with feathers. Now write the names of 10 animals whose ears can be seen. The names of some animals whose ears are bigger than our ears. You can write this in comment box or in your notebook and show to your teacher. Now think, is there some link between the size of animals' ear and their hearing? Try this. For this activity, find a quiet place in your school. Tell one of your friends to stand at a short distance and ask him to say something softly. The rest of you should listen carefully. Then all of you put your hands behind your ears as shown in the picture. Let the same child say something again as softly as before. In which case, was the sound sharper? Ask your friends too. Put your hands over your ears and say something. Can you hear your voice? Can you hear your own voice? Sit near a desk. Tap the desk once with your hand. Listen carefully. Now put your ear on the desk as shown in the picture. Tap on the desk once again with your hand. Listen again. Was there any difference the sound of the tap? Yes, when you tap the hand and place your ear, you will listen the louder voice. This is how snakes hear. They do not have external ears. They only feel the vibration on the ground. Sounds send messages. High up on the tree, a langur warns other of dangers like a tiger or leopard. The langur does this by making a special warning call. Birds also give alarm calls to warn about the danger. Some birds even have different sounds for different kinds of danger. For example, there is a different warning call if the enemy is coming from the sky or if the enemy is on the ground. Fishes give alarm call by electric signals. Some animals start behaving in a different way when an earthquake or storm is about to come. People who live in forests and can observe such behavior of animals come to know of danger. In December 2004, few birds that live in the forests of the Andaman Island noticed that the animals behaving in a different manner. They guessed some danger, so they moved away to a safer part of the island. Soon after, the island were hit by the tsunami, but these people were saved. Dolphins also make different sounds to give messages to each other. Scientists believe that many animals have a special language of their own. Now, can you understand the sound of some animals? Which animals? Please write in comment. Do some animals understand your language? Which ones? Mention in comment. Say it with sounds just like birds and dolphins. You can also make your own language of sounds for giving messages. Remember, you have to talk to your friends with only sounds and no words. How and when will you need to give an alarm call? For example, when the teacher is coming in the classroom. Sleeping, walking. Some animals go into a long deep sleep in certain seasons and then they are not seen for many months. Have you noticed that during the cold season you cannot see any lizard in the house? Where do you think they have gone? So, this lesson gives example of several animals with sensitive senses. So, children, find out more such animal senses from newspaper, TV programs, etc. Let us learn about the sloth. It looks like a bear, but it is not. It is a sloth. It spends almost 17 hours a day sleeping while hanging upside down on the tree branch. The sloth eats the leaves of the same tree on which it lives. It hardly needs anything else. When it has eaten enough leaves from the tree, it moves to the nearby tree. Sloths live for about 40 years, and in that time, they move around only 8 trees. Once a week, it comes down from the tree to relieve itself. This is a graph of sleeping time for sloth and time for which sloth is awake. So, within 24 hours, 18 hours, 17 to 18 hours a day, it spends only in sleeping, and remaining only 6 hours. Next is, if you were, how will you show the clock for house lizard in winters? If you were to show the sloth's daily routine sleeping waking in 24 hours clock, this is what the clock would look like. Given here is the sleeping time of some animals. Right below each picture how many hours a day that animal sleeps. Cow, python, giraffe, cat. When you see different animals, do you have any questions about them? Make list of 10 such questions. So the sleeping and waking routine animals given in 24 hours clock, and children, you have to think about the fraction 1/3, 1/4, etc. This is a tiger. The tiger whiskers are very sensitive and can sense the movements of vibration in air. They help the tiger move in the dark and find its prey. A tiger can see 6 times better at night than most of us. A tiger's sense of hearing is so sharp and it can make out of the difference between the rustling of leaves and the sound of an animal moving on the grass. The ears of the tiger can move in different directions, and it helps to catch the sounds from all around. Tiger make different sounds for different purposes, like when it is angry or to call out a tigress. It can also roar or snarl. Its roar can be heard up to 3 kilometers away. Each tiger has its own area which may cover several kilometers. Tiger mark their area with their urine. A tiger can at once come to know if there is another tiger in its area. By the smell of the urine, a tiger will avoid going into another tiger's area. The tiger is one of the most alert animal, and yet today tigers are in danger. What do you think are some of the dangers of tigers in the jungle? Can human beings also be threat to animals? How? Do you know that today many animals are killed and their parts are sold? Elephants are killed for their tusks, rhinoceros for its horn, tigers, crocodile and snakes for their skins. Musk deer are killed just to make a little scent from its musk. People who kills animals are called hunters and poachers. The number of tigers and many other animals in our country is reducing. There is a danger that some of them will soon disappear. To protect the animals, our government has made some forests as protected areas. Some of them are Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand and Ghana National Park in Bharatpur district of Rajasthan. In these areas, nobody can hunt animals or destroy the jungle. Now find out where are other such national parks in India. Collect information on these and write it with a report. What we have learned today. So have you noticed that sometimes singers put their hand on their ear when they sing? Why do you think they may be doing this? Give examples of animals that may have a very strong sense of sight, hearing, or smell.